Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today in this tutorial we are going to learn about how you can edit your images like George Hammond. So as you can see, his feed has a lot of different kind of images, but I'm going to show you how you can edit the images like Moody Green which he is creating. So without wasting time, let's get to the Lightroom. So basically you can see here I have opened my image which I want to turn into Moody Green effect. So this is what I am going to edit on. So firstly we are going to increase the temperature slightly up to 10, and we have to decrease tint up to -15 so that we get that greenish effect on the grass. And then as I have well exposed image here, I don't want to increase the exposure and I want to decrease contrast a little bit. Also I want to decrease highlight, which is I want to bring back the details here in the fog. So I am decreasing it up to 20 or 18, and then I am going to increase shadows, which will get these details on this coat which are in black, so we get that details incomplete. So increase the shadows up to 10%, 10 plus, then decrease the whites so that we get that detail in the fog, and decrease the black up to 8 or 13 according to your image. I am going to increase the clarity, which is up to 10, and also increase the vibrance so that the image pops out, and then decrease the saturation up to -25. So as you can see here it looks dirty, but we are going to top up the game ahead. Now go to the tone curves. Here I will go into the RGB panel and click here, shadows, highlights, midtones, and all three sections. This section decides the shadows. Here it tones the midtones, and here are the highlights, and these are whites and these are blacks. So slightly decrease the shadows, slightly, and slightly increase the midtones. So basically this is the common S curve which you can find in most of the Instagrammer and photo editor use this curve, and slightly increase the blacks, which will give you the faded effect on your image. Then next we are going to go on the HSL panel, where we are going to play with the hues, saturation and luminance of the color of green and other colors too. So basically I am going to increase the yellow, which will make the green more greener like this, and decrease the green up to -20. So you can see we are getting yellow and green both at the same time, so that our grass looks moody green, and not yet it is not looking green, but we are getting close to it. So now I am going to decrease aqua a little bit up to -20, and blue I am going to also decrease it so that we get that tealish effect here in the fog. And I'm going to keep the red and orange slightly -10 so that we get here skin slightly orangish, which is yellow in original image. So after that go to the saturation panel. Here we don't want to touch the red. We will decrease the saturation a little bit for orange so that our skin looks natural, and then we are going to decrease the yellow, which will desaturate the grass. And also I am going to increase the green a little bit so that it don't look like complete desaturated. You can decrease yellow as per your need, as you will like the image. Also decrease the aqua so that we don't get here bluish effect below. As it is complete white here, we don't want to affect this area, So I'll decrease aqua a little bit, which is up to -35, and I don't want to touch as there are no purple and magenta in this image, so I don't want to touch. I think I have to increase orange saturation a little bit, which is -10 or -5, which looks good. So as you can see, a lot of difference in before after, better for it. So this is before, this is after, before, after. So we have made quite a bit changes. Now next is we are going to go in the split tone paneling, where we are going to add different tones in highlights and shadows. So now play Alt and play with this key. We want highlights to be teal color. So drag it up to 199. I think it is best. So leave it and just increase the saturation up to 5 or 10. I think 5 is better. And then we are going to again press Alt and increase the shadows. We want shadows to be greener. So I will get it up to like yellowish green, which is 86, and leave it, and again increase the saturation up to 15. Now it looks better. Next is we are going to make this image more sharper, like I'll click here so that we get the amount of sharpening. Also, we want to know about how much we are sharpening the image, so press Alt and drag this masking here. So the area which is highlighted or white, we are sharpening that area. So I'm increasing masking up to the borders until I see the borders of the image, and then I am increasing sharpening. Next is, if you have your image noise, then increase the luminance, and if you want to decrease the noise of colors in your image, so increase it in the colors panel. I think 15 is good for my image. Next is I want to remove the chromatic aberration if there is present any, and also turn on the enable profile corrections, which is I use this camera for this image is Canon, so I'm going to select Canon, and the lens it automatically chooses. And the next is we are going to go in the effect. Here we are going to add some amount of vignetting, so I'm going to decrease it up to something like -25 or 30 will look good, and I'm also going to decrease the midpoint so that we get closer to the subject. This looks pretty bad, so I'm quietly going to increase it, and also make the vignette rounder. This looks quite better. We don't want grain for this image, so this is what the image is going to look after you edit, and this is the good look that you wanted for your image. So let me show you the before and the after. So here is the before, here is the after. If you think that you got too much green, you can always go to the HSL panel and go in the green and decrease that green. Also, you want your complete image not that much greener, so you can increase this up to 5 if you want much more to the tint side rather than on the greener side. So that's it. So here are we with the